Okay, hi there. So this is a Cambridge Proficiency writing of the set text, and the set text is the book The Lights Between the Oceans by Stedman. And the question says, write a letter about the theme of duality. Okay, dear sir or madam, okay, I'm writing to recommend The Lights Between the Oceans by Stedman to be included in your coming reading feature on the theme of the duality. Write a letter about a theme of the duality. Okay, I'm looking at the A's and the V's in this. I would probably change this. Write a letter about the theme of duality. Okay, so this clearly is a letter to a publisher or a magazine or something like that. Okay, I'm writing to recommend The Lights Between the Oceans by Stedman to be included. So I recommend that subject plus present subjunctive. This is actually a passive, so no to. I'm writing to recommend that the book be included in your coming reading feature on the theme of duality, uncountable. Okay, Tom Sherbourne has developed a post-traumatic stress disorder after serving 4 years in the bloody Great War. In the bloody Great War. Okay, so Tom Sherbourne has developed, firstly, post-traumatic stress disorder is normally incountable, so has developed post-traumatic stress disorder after serving 4 years in the bloody Great War. I'm a little bit in the bloody Great War. That's bloody good, that's bloody bad, but in the bloody Great War, in the bloody, I'm going to add something to make it, and gruesome Great War. He needs a place where he can heal his physical and mental wounds. Therefore, he accepts to be a lighthouse keeper on Janus Rock in a reclusive island, Australia, and marries a beautiful girl, Isabela. Let's see. This is not particularly well put together. I think you need to change the order, because this and marries is just tacked on at the end. And I'm going to lose the therefore. So I think what I would do is he marries a beautiful girl, Isabela. So he marries a beautiful girl, Isabela, comma, and accepts to be, so accepts the post of lighthouse keeper on Janus Rock. So so I wouldn't use in. I would just, well, firstly it's on an island, but I would say on Janus Rock, a reclusive island off the coast of Australia, and then we can take out off the coast of Australia, full stop. The location is the exact border, is on the exact border between the peaceful Indian Ocean and the ferocious Southern Ocean. The consecutive miscarriages, so lose the consecutive, capital C, consecutive miscarriages shatter Isabel's innermost dream. Ipso facto, she cannot fulfill her role as a mother. So depressed is she, I love that she does not want to do anything. One day she hears a baby crying in the wind. The waves ashore a lifeboat with a living child and a dead man. So we need a verb here. The waves drive ashore a lifeboat. I think it's probably one word. With containing that's okay, a living child and a dead man. Not only does this historic event offer happiness for them, I think will do, but it also puts the couple in a moral dilemma. What should they do? How Tom and Isabel action. So how will Tom and Isabel's actions impact on the child's life? The man is inclined to visit the nearest police station as an erstwhile disciplined soldier, but Isabel insists, silly mistake, on raising this child as her own. The infant gives the woman a new lease of life. Tom buries the dead body surreptitiously instead of reporting the incident to the local authority. Later it comes to light who is the child's biological mother. So later it comes to light who the child's biological mother is. Yeah, not who is as a question. This is not a question. She is mourning her beloved husband and her supposedly dead baby. Remaining reticent on the happening, no. Tom and Isabel go down the slippery slope. Okay, so remaining reticent about this fact, Tom and Isabel go down, so you can improve this, make it start to slide down the slippery slope. Every minutiae detail, of possible outcome should be taken into account prior to make a decision. Well, firstly, prior to making a decision. So minutiae already says small detail, so it should just say every minutiae. I would say every minutiae of every detail of all possible outcomes should be made prior to making a decision. We might quick to judge, so you need a verb. We might be quick to judge their action, I think probably plural, their actions. But the author is able to jolt our complacency. Okay, to jolt our complacency works. It would look better though, jolt us out of our complacency. He's able to compel us to reevaluate our own moral orientation. We have great sympathy with the real mother's feelings. Who should have the inalienable right to know. So I think we have great sympathy with the real mother's feelings, as she should have the inalienable right to know her child is alive. But the writer renders us to perceive the couple's motives as well. So, how do I put as the only, but the writer renders us a clear perception of the couple's motives as well. It is difficult to distinguish right from wrong in this situation, where justice for one person is another's tragic loss. Nice sentence. These metaphysical ideas will linger in our minds long after we finish the book. In conclusion, I feel that the lights between the oceans can perfectly fit, that's a horrible piece of grammar, can perfectly fit to the feature on the theme of duality. Here you've lost the "the," which is much better. So in conclusion, I feel that the lights between the oceans, better than can, would fit perfectly into the feature, I guess this is a special feature in a magazine, into the feature on the theme of duality. By reading this novel, we can imagine ourselves between the oceans, and we realize that there is a fine line between good and bad. Best regards, Roland Simon. So Roland Simon's the person who actually wrote this. I think that's a pretty good essay. You've got quite a lot of mistakes. You've got some very ambitious structures and vocabulary, and I really like that. Parts of it read quite well, parts of it read less clearly. Let's see. On the grammar and mistake side, I think I'd probably give you something like 5 out of 10. On the vocabulary, I'd probably give you 8 out of 10. I think the way it reads and the feel to it, I'd probably give it something like a 7 out of 10. So I don't know, maybe overall something like a 7 at CPE. This is pretty good work though, Roland. I quite like it.